Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine, the Wood Tramp Outdoors. Got another battle box for you. It's the November box, so hang tight. Be right back. Hi guys, welcome back. As I said, this is the November box, mission number 105. And I have got so many things I want to talk about, but you know, I just don't have time to do that. But I do want to encourage you to be on the lookout for the next issue of Backwoods Biker Magazine, because we have an extensive article that's going to do some updates for you on BattlBox. Some of the things that you know that we would like to pass on to you. We also have made a new contact. We met the person that is in charge of getting all your cool stuff in these boxes. And so we want to share that interview with you also. And of course, spend a little time with the CEO, John Roman, asking him some new questions. And we just got a lot of BattlBox stuff that we want to throw at you here. But, you know, we got some new digs. You know, you haven't seen me for a while because I've been really sick here lately for about the past month and a half or so. On the mend, feeling great. Got some new digs, as I said. You know, we're still putting everything together, but I wanted to get this out to you. It's kind of vanilla right now, but the next time you see us, our studio will be all put together. So with that being said, let's get off into this. As always, BattlBox has 4 tiers: the basic, the advanced, the pro, and the pro plus. Basic box is $34.99, the advanced is $64.99, the pro is $119.99, and the pro plus is $169.99. So with all that being said, let's get off and look at some of this pretty dope stuff that's in here this month. There are 4 things in this month's basic box, and they start out with the Outdoor Element Fire Flute. Outdoor Element, we've seen many things from them, and this kind of excited me. I didn't open this up because we have seen this before, but many of you have asked me about a Firestarter that would fit well in a survival kit for a vehicle, and this is the perfect item that would fit that bill. I just took a trip down to Arkansas, and I'll be showing you the survival kit that I took with me, because some of you were asking me to show you an example of a survival kit for traveling like that. And it was an 8.5 hour trip one way. A lot of things can happen out there, so I want to show you that. But this is the type of fire starter that you want to have in that type of a kit, because it's more than just a fire starter. It has a whistle with it. It comes with a ferro rod. It comes with these nice little slow burning tinders. It's a perfect add for your basic box. But again, Outdoor Element, and if you've never seen anything from Outdoor Element, get out there and check it out, because they do have some great stuff. This next one is really cool. You know, I've heard about these, but I've never ever seen one because these are kind of newer in the past, I don't know, I would say probably the past year or so, when they started really gaining some popularity. But it comes from, it's called the Delta Emergency Water Filter. And inside your mission brief has got a QR code that you can scan with your phone, and you can watch the video on it. But when you're out and you're trying to get yourself some, you know, drinkable water that's not going to cause you distress, but you don't have the ability to be able to start a fire, you know, you can't boil it. This is the perfect item for you here, because it takes out 99.99% bacteria, viruses, parasites, and cysts, pesticides, herbicides, pharmaceuticals, industrial chemicals, asbestos, mercury, lead, calcium, cadmium, and it says antimony, chlorine, sulfides, and chloramines, class 1 particles, and turbidity, right? So, I mean, it's like a one-stop shop for you here. It's a great little product. All you do is open it up, you pour your water into this. Now you are drinking good potable water. It's a great option for you here. So that is really nice. I like this ad. Then the third item, we needed this here a month ago when we were out, and somebody dropped their cell phone in the water, right? Cell phone just like this, an iPhone. This is or absorbs its wet electronics rescue pouch, and we have been asked to review this and look at it. If I'd have had it with us a month ago, I'd have really been able to show you what this was like. But you don't need heat with this. You don't need to throw it in a microwave. You don't need to do anything like that. But if you drop your phone, forget about putting it in rice. That really doesn't work. I've never seen that work at all. But if you have a cell phone that gets dropped in the water and gets really soaked, all you do is slip it down in there, put this here, and you let it sit for about 24 hours, I think is what the recommendation is. It doesn't really say here how long you can do that, but let me just look in the back here. Keep your electronics safe, blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't. It says turn off the wet device, remove it from the case, remove the battery. If not, that's okay, which is cool because a lot of times you cannot. And it says 4 to 6 hours. If it's still not turning on, repeat until it has been in the absorbus pouch for a total of 24 hours. You know, so I mean, you got to be a little patient with this thing, but it will rescue your $1,000 phone, and it's well worth the wait. BattlBox puts it in a basic box. How can you beat that? You know, because if you ever do it, you're going to say, man, I'm really grateful that I have that. All right, that's number 3. And then number 4, this is something that, you know, we've seen different hygienic items from BattlBox. This one is called Johnny Slick's Beast Bar. We've had it out a couple times, playing around with it, smelling it, you know, and it has kind of a, you know, it's very spicy. I like the smell of this. I can't put my finger on what I'm smelling. None of it's really good, but you know, it's pretty decent here. But it is designed for, you know, cleaning up. I don't know if it's, you know, going to be real convenient out in the bush to carry it around a box like this, or maybe you get a soap container or whatever. But you know, I'm going to take it with me to the shower, and I'm going to leave it in the shower, and maybe I'll bring you up an update here. But that's the 4 items that you get in this month's basic box. The Beast Bar, the Absorbance Wet Electronics Rescue Pouch, the emergency water filter, and of course the Outdoor Element Fire Fluid. So that takes us on to the advanced box, and this one really got our attention because we're asked all the time, you know, when you're riding out on a motorcycle, if you're out on your Harley or whatever you're riding, and you get hit with a storm, what do you do in order to keep the rain from infiltrating into your backpack, into your rucksack? And you know, over the years, you know, we've discovered that the best thing to do is to take a big leaf bag, heavy duty drum liner that you would usually carry in your pack, you know, and turn it upside down, just slip it over your pack, and then put bungee straps all around it to keep it in place. But the problem with that is, as you're riding down the highway, you know, that bag is taking a beating, not only from the elements, but also from the wind that it plays havoc on anything that you've got wrapped around a bag. So now we've got this that comes in the advanced box. There's 2 things in the advanced box this month. Right Line Gear single cargo storage bag. Now, in your mission brief, it shows you a rectangle type of configuration for this thing, but this picture doesn't do it any justice because this sucker is very big. It's 30 by 20 by 55, and this is my mystery spot. Hello. Okay, and you can see just how big this thing is, man. This is huge. There's a logo there, but I mean, this is big. Comes with a couple straps, but look at this. I mean, this is me. Look, I can put myself in this dude. I mean, that's kind of silly, but I mean, that's how big this is. This will go over a pack and keep your backpack from ever getting wet, you know. I think Curran mentioned something about putting stuff in his truck, which happens all the time. You get caught in the rain and you don't have anything to put it in. Now you do. And this is great for those of you that are on 2 wheels. This will keep your gear very, very dry, right? And it's rugged. It's rugged as well. Okay, it comes with 2 shoulder straps, or cinching straps, I guess it is, to keep it all together, you know, so it doesn't leak. I like that. That's excellent. All right, and then also in the advanced box is what is called the Figure 9 Carabiner Rope Tightener. I'm being honest with you, I've never seen one of these before, but I've had other people ask me, hey, have you ever seen this? And you know, we're looking at this, and it can be used as a regular carabiner. It can be used as a cinch beaner, what's called a cinch beaner. That'll take your rope, and it's got these grooves in here that your rope fits down into, and it's not going to go anywhere. And this one was one of those things that was member recommended from Charlie A. from Wakefield, Michigan. But what really impressed me about this is the load limit on this guy is 150 pounds. That's a major weight load. And you get yourself one of these involved, it's not going to turn loose on you at all. I mean, you could use it for your hammock, hanging whatever. It's not going to come loose. So those are the 2 things in the advanced box this month. And that moves us on to the Pro box. And this really stoked us because we have been, several of us on our staff have been using Wiley glasses, you know, shooting glasses. Because they're top shelf. They're really, really good, a great bargain. And this month in your Pro box, you get a voucher that's valued at $100. It's inside this little envelope. I'm sure we haven't opened this up yet. But it's worth $100. You go out on their website, and they have a lot of glasses that are $100 or less. You could do that, or if you see something that you want to upgrade, you could use your voucher plus a little bit of bump that you might add to it to get the glasses that you really like. My thing that I want to emphasize to you is that Wiley is well known, they're well respected because they put out a very good product, right? So that's your advanced box, and that takes us, let me see here. Oh, you know what, I didn't mention this here, Johnny Slicks, get 15% off for if you want to buy some more soap. All right, so that takes us to the Pro Plus box, which this kind of helps us with a particular article that we're getting ready to drop. Actually, it's a rerun of an article because we've gotten so many questions about machetes. And this Pro Plus, your $169.99 particular box comes from Condor, and it's called the El Salvador Machete. Condor Tool and Knife Company. I got somebody outside here that it sounds like they're running a Sawzall or something. I hope you guys can't hear, but you probably can. Condor Tool and Knife has been around for a long time, and for years they were considered to be kind of at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to tools and knives that they made. But they've changed all that. They got new forges, they got new staff, they got new craftsmen. And then Joe Flowers came on board, and Joe is well respected in the outdoor world, especially in regard to the design of different blades and how he presents the outdoors. And Joe designed this guy right here. It's called the El Salvador. Now, this is not the first machete that we've seen. We did an article about 5 years ago on different machetes, and Condor got in on the mix and sent us what was called the Golic. and it was one of the best machetes that we'd seen in a long time. We still have it here in our warehouse, and I've used it many times. This is a great blade made out of 1075 steel. It's got some great scales here for the handle that are pinned and hammered tight, and I'm sure they are also chemically. Yeah, I can see a little chemical attachment there. Comes with this welted leather sheath. These sheaths are dope. Condor is known for their sheaths. You talk about a great blade. Now, they put this in, they got a little disclaimer here. That this will rust, and it will. It's 1075. So you need to make sure that you put a protective coating on your blade. You can use mineral oil or whatever you want to use. But this is a great blade. You want to take care of it. It was mentioned to me by a couple of my guys that number one, it swings very well because of the weight. The Golic is a little bit heavier than this. And the length of the blade gives you a lot of forward thrust, force, and an explosion of energy whenever you come into contact with whatever material that you're hanging. So, BattlBox, big thumbs up here. We're going to be seeing a lot of this in the very near future. Now, before I wrap this up about Condor, I want to bring your attention to this. This was included, excuse me. I was told I probably had COVID, but I didn't get tested for it. But it was a rough little go here. But on the inside of this gives you a bird's eye view of all the categories of the different blades that Condor is making now. And we've seen a lot of Condor. And I mean, they've got some great axes, hatchets. They got some great knives. Again, Joe Flowers is one of their main. Matt Graham did some primitive stuff for them. But they're reasonably priced. And let me see here. Is the Golic in here still? Yeah, they've got a bunch of machetes in here. Oh yeah, there it is. The Golic machete. Yeah. Yep. That's very nice. Joe also put that together. But man, we've really enjoyed them. And I tell you how good their reputation has become. There's a lot of knife makers out there now that once they get their knives all lined out, they get them designed, and they get to 2 or 3 of them that they put together, they're going to Condor and having them make their knives for them, because that's how well advanced they become. So we've got ourselves a great blade here. As you can see, mission number 105 has been a winner. A lot of good stuff in here, so keep an eye out on the channel, and especially for the magazine articles that are going to be coming out about BattlBox. And again, for those of you that were asking about a travel type of survival kit, a smaller kit, be on the lookout for that too, because that's one of the projects I did when I was down in Arkansas. So until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.